financial abundance is one of the things that I left when I left the marriage is financial security. And I left knowing of these laws. It's going to happen. I'll be fine.
Did you, when you left the marriage, did you leave the desire for financial security?
No.
Then what's the point of this conversation? So are you telling us it's still in the vortex? Financial security is still in the vortex?
Of course. Yes.
The desire is still there.
The desire is there.
So nothing has changed.
Okay. Yeah.
So.
But the money's not coming. So I know I'm always looking for it. I feel like ever since I've learned this, I can go like maybe sometimes 3 or 4 days when I'm feeling really, really good. And then all of a sudden it's like,
what you're saying to us is it's hard to expect something that you can't see right now.
Yeah.
Well, then everybody's in deep doo-doo, because no one can move beyond what is if that is the case. If you can't feel or sense it's like, we're going to play with you a little bit. It's like you've decided to plant some corn and you put the kernels in the ground, and then you just don't expect a crop because all you see is dirt.
Give it time.
But you know better. You know that there's life force in the seeds, as you know that there's a vortex, and you know how the process works. So you don't just stand there and say, I don't see it, I don't see it, I don't see it, I don't see it. Instead you say, it's coming, it's coming, it's coming, it's coming. But that's not what we heard you say just now. We heard you say, I don't see it, or it's not happening. And it can't happen. It will continue to evade your awareness as long as that's the way you're looking at it.
I think it's because there's a time thing, and that's what's
doesn't matter.
Me a
we don't
bit.
want to hear your excuses.
Okay.
There's no valid excuse. In other words, you either expect it or you don't.
Okay.
And if you're like, and it's all right, like most humans, trending in the direction of what you see, then you can put your prosperity off forever.
Right.
You can keep it at bay forever. If you're saying it's not coming, it's not coming, it's not coming, it's not coming.
Okay.
But if you say, I know it's coming, I just can't see it, that's better. Or it's illogical for it not to come.
It has to come.
One day in a seminar, 2 people came with similar stories. One man said that he had created a rather wonderful financial empire. Then something had happened to the market and he'd lost it all. And now he was complaining to us that he was in his 60s and it had taken him a while to amass all of that, and now it was gone. Another person in the same seminar, an artist on her way from East Coast to West Coast, coming to Hollywood, wanting to paint, in the process of moving across the country in her car with all of her artwork, presentations, all of her examples of the work that she had done for many years, her car was broken into and everything was stolen. So now she has shown up on the West Coast with nothing to show. And so we said to her, what was stolen isn't a good representation of what you're painting now anyway. It was a representation of where you have been, but it's not a representation of where you are. You have a vibrational portfolio. We said to the man, you have a vibrational currency. It doesn't matter what's in your bank account. What matters is what's in your vortex. And what's in your vortex is magnificent, much greater than anything that you've manifested so far. So they were doing like you're doing. They were relating what they had once had. They were making a statement of something that had happened that had changed that. And then they were believing that the change was now keeping them from what they wanted. And we said, none of that has anything to do with anything. The only thing that has to do with anything is what your life has caused you to put in your vortex and your now ability to let it come out. And your now ability to let it come out cannot follow on trending of, I can't see it, I don't know what to do. that sort of thing.
So if I keep vibrating at love and appreciating what I have, I don't need to worry.
Not at all. And now let's go back to the first words that we exchanged when you first sat down, when you said, I'm making some big changes. And right away, we wanted to help you to understand that because those big changes that you think you've made are what are causing you to not expect things to go well for you. It's like you were touting the big changes like I'm valiant and now I'm going after it. It's just not how the universe works.
Yeah.
You don't get big and strong and make things happen. You ask for things incrementally, and then you softly let them flow into your experience. And the people that you see that are really going and blowing, that are really in the big time flow that you hear talking like that, they are those who've been trending that way for a while. They've really got the hang of being in the upper half of the emotional scale, and they're inspired to that kind of vocabulary. But it isn't a necessary thing.
Okay.
You don't make things happen with your determination or even with your robustness. You make them happen, or you let them happen with your steady expectation of good things coming to you.